Hello, my beautiful Voidian Children, and welcome back to our life. I'm not staying for that kid to come back. Without a word, you got to your feet and bolted down the beach. Unimpressed, Elizabeth rolled her eyes. They're so immature. Fuck you, Elizabeth. She shook her head and she walked towards the house, not bothering whatsoever to follow. Meanwhile, the three of you made it to the shoreline. Derek pumped his fist, growling in triumph. We escaped and shall live to see another day. Exactly, but we should keep moving. Yeah, for sure, at least. Victory. My mom's are going to be so mad when Elizabeth tells the story. Yes. You throw your arms up in celebration. You trickled together, walking forward down this beach side by side. You definitely wanted to stay outside a little while longer. You had gotten a bit of scolding from your moms for not saving any from Mr. Holden's gift for Elizabeth, but you didn't mind any real punishment for it. Instead, while you were out with the boys, Elizabeth returned home to share the news. The three of you went to get dessert on their own. It was declared even by your parents when everyone got back and the event was settled. That was a while ago now. Later that night, you found yourself seated near the kitchen counter. Phone, phone, phone. Your fingers drummed on the surface as you waited, your gaze trained on the phone. You were waiting on the call for night, specifically from your cousin, Leandra. You didn't want to miss it accidentally. Your uncle, Aunt, and Lee used to live many hours away. Your families only saw each other a few times a year for big occasions. A while back, though, they moved and were closer to you than ever before, and you hung out regularly. With school being out, you're positive she's going to want to come over a lot. The two of you were the same age and get along well. She used to be really fond of Elizabeth, too, but now that your sister had become allergic to interacting with her own family, it tended to just be you and Lee who spent time together. She was your only friend who was a girl. Being a family helped make you be close, but you had a lot of girlfriends. I would imagine we're not to go ourselves, so maybe that was why. Did you just assume our gender? We're non-binary, thank you very much. But you had plenty of other friends, but you didn't really have... Not really. It's just, me... Ma always said that quality was more important than quantity when Elizabeth bemoaned your small social circle. I like just having Cove, Derek, and Lee. And I miss Slow. Like, for real. You weren't sure how friendship quality was judged, but nonetheless, you thought that what you had with Lee was good. I did it. I moved to the bed. I was uncomfortable. Then the shrill ringtone announced the incoming call. Sorry. You talked before grabbing the receiver and pressing it to your ear. Like, finally, who's it? Voidian residence Brian speaking. Hello, it's me. I like it. You're greeted by a distorted, high-pitched giggle. Why do you sound so weird? Mom answers the phone like that sometimes. It's supposed to be polite. I still love her. You should go with hi. That sounds something like a robot would say. There was a static on the end, as if Lee was shifting whatever she was doing. I don't know. Oh my god, I swear to God, my walls used to be blue. Spidey Hall. I don't know. So can you believe school's actually over? I thought it would never be done. Now we don't have to do any of that boring stuff and we get to hang out whenever we want. Speaking of hanging out, Lee, can you wait a second? Let me just head to my room. Oh yeah. Got up from your seat at the counter. Luckily the phone was wireless, so you didn't have to worry about any cords tying you down. Your mom's had a rule about not moving the phone unless a call was in progress, which was why you'd been sat by in the cradle waiting for Lee to call. Your mom's could be really unfair. You thought that made sense. You didn't like it, but it had to be that way. Don't want to lose the phone, so it was nice to keep everything in its proper place. But now that Lee had called, it was okay for you to go upstairs to your bedroom to talk to her. You made your way up the stairs, smiling. After you had arrived, you shut the bedroom door firmly behind you. You sat on your bed. I'd never taken a good look out that window. Alright, I'm here. Cool. Hey, did you know the girl down the street from me has her own phone now, a cell phone? She doesn't have to wait for someone else to stop using it or anything. I think I just threw up a little bit. Fuck. Wow, really? The thought of someone having a phone that was all on their own seemed unbelievable to you. Right? I wish I had one too, but my parents said I couldn't get my own phone until I'm more grown up. I wish they'd changed their mind. We could call each other every single day and no one would be able to stop us. How great would that be? Really great, but I wish I wouldn't be using a home phone. Too bad that's so far away. I know I could probably get my phone without them if I was that old. She sighed dramatically. I bet I'm not gonna get one until I'm all the way in college. Squeezing the phone between your fingers and ears, you puffed up your little pillow and made yourself more comfy. Sounds like a good idea. Hey. You're warm, Minnie. It was strange to think of the time when normal school would ever be over, and you would have to choose whether or not to go to college. Yeah, I'm not feeling well at the moment, and I'm starting to think that I caught whatever my nephew and niece had. I hope I don't throw up. School was such a big part of your life right now. Studying didn't come easily to do, though you tried hard. You worked about as hard as most people and got average results as well. You never tried much, but you still didn't do that bad. You didn't bother at all in school, and your grades reflected that. Everything in your class came easily to you. You worked hard for excellent grades. I think the average response for people would probably be the first one. You knew it was important and you wanted to do well. Frustratingly, even your best didn't seem quite ever to be good enough. You didn't know how it could be harder. You felt a lot of pressure to get higher grades than you did last year. You hoped to do as well this year, but it wouldn't be a big deal if you dropped some. You were confident your grades would bring great. You had no plans on getting excellent scores this time around. Your future depended on it. Yeah. You tried to sound engaged, but your mind had decided to go back to school despite the season. Lee knew you too well to be fooled. You sound so spacey. What's up? Just thinking about school. Lee groaned. Are you thinking about how we don't have to think about it because it's summer? That's what I'm doing. I'm looking forward to going back. make a petition for more vacation time. It's so awful. I hate going. Come on, it's too scary not to think about it. I'm really thinking about what my freaking niece and nephew have. I am not feeling well at all. No matter how much you wanted to enjoy your free time, the creeping dread of knowing that it would come to an end would always be there beside you. I get what you mean. No, I guess school isn't all the way bad. You can do some good things there. You can just do more when school's out. Learning new things can be cool. Gym is pretty great though. It's the easiest way to hang out with people not in the neighborhood. The cafeteria lunches at my school could be better than they have any right to be. There's something good about my school. I wish that gym was pretty great. Mainly because I didn't exercise, I sat in the corner and drew. There was all sorts of sports stuff during gym. Oh yeah, it can be fun sometimes. Learning new things can be cool. I wish everyone did okay with how they taught things. Not just some people. Me too. I mean, if our only friends are fucking Cove, Derek, and Lee, I don't think the freaking hanging out with friends matters. And that's pretty much everything that's good about school. Okay, point taken. Now I decree the topic of school is officially closed. We have to talk about this summer first before we start plotting the rest of our lives. I've got some plans already. I'm gonna visit my cousins. You chuckled. Of course. What's something you want to do? The first thing that comes to your head. I want to spend time with people. I want to somebody who likes surprise reading. I'm going to catch up on movies and TV. Probably I'll spend time on the beach. I don't want to do anything at all. It's a vacation. I think that's most people. Lee giggled. Aiming high, huh? Don't strain yourself. You leaned back in your bed, settling in, as you continued chatting with your friend. Even though it hadn't been that long since you saw her and you'd be seeing her soon, you found plenty to talk about. For one, the events of the day. He sat up straighter. I was with Cove and Derek today, and we met a new kid. Like, at your neighborhood? His parents are visiting family, so it sounds like he'll be around for a little while. I don't know how long. What's he like? Creepy, mean, weird. Kind of interesting. He kept snapping when all we were trying to do was talk to him. He just kept being rude to everyone. But especially Cove. It was awful. I don't think I want to meet him. You want a boy to stay away before even meeting him. That's an unexpected twist. Your cousin was pretty popular with the boys who knew her. She seemed unhappy enough to have them around until they started to annoy her. That's probably because they think she's cute. Hey, who are you to talk? You give practically all your attention to boys, or maybe just one boy. I see how much you like Cove. You got me. Yeah, that's a special case. I don't give him all my attention. That's a Lee laughed at your defensiveness, deeply amused. Even though she couldn't see, you shook your head at her, grinning it to yourself. There was a stopping noise approaching your room, heralding the arrival of your irritated older sister. She flung the door open, a frown etched on her face. Do you not know the meaning of the word knocking? How long are you going to hog the phone? Glancing at your watch, you realized the quick call had gone on much longer than anticipated. Elizabeth held out her hand, the other one lodged on her hip. She noticed the realization on your face. Time's up. Gotta go. I'll see you later soon. With a sigh, you say goodbye to Lee. Sorry for being long. I'm still using it. Nope, get out of my room. I'm gonna. I don't think so. You can't have everything in the world. Neither can you. I'm not the one asking for it. You had your turn. Now you want to get mine too because you were first in your dreams. I will get Mom's. She glared right back before whipping around and shouting out the outer door. Mom, why I won't give the phone and it's way past my turn. She hollowed back up the stairs. Let Elizabeth have her turn. Sharing is caring, and you only get rights to the phone if you use it responsibly. You heard her. Fine. Lee, I have to go now. Okay, see you soon. Tell Elizabeth and your moms I said hi too. You barely pressed the end call button when Elizabeth whisked the handset from your fingers and began dialing someone new as she strode out the door. Your mom's voice called from downstairs. Hey, has anyone seen the phone? I'm using it. With that, she shut the door behind you. Silence was left in the wake. My door likes to creak a lot. There was only one way to end your first day of summer break. Some time later, it had gotten dark outside, and you laid in the bed wide awake. Your window battered all of a sudden, startling you badly. You flinched, staring over at with furrowed brows. From your vantage point, you only saw the moon and the open sky. You were scared, confused, annoyed. I would be so annoyed, and I feel like other people would too if they were waking up. What had caused that noise? Sighing heavily, you sat up and moved closer to the window. You might as well find the reason behind the disturbance. To your utter shock, your gaze was met with a pair of familiar ocean blue eyes. Cove? You squinted. Yep, Cove was right outside your window. Your house was very angular, and some parts stuck out further than others, so it theoretically wouldn't be hard to climb around on. Still, just because someone could didn't mean you expected it to ever happen. To his credit, Cove was doing fine. His feet were braced against a section of the wall that jutted out, your arms flexing with the effort to keep him upright. He easily lifted a hand and waved at you from the other side of the glass. You hurriedly opened the window. Cove climbed over the ledge, releasing a breath once he was safely inside. Hi, Ryan. What are you doing? What's up, Romeo? This is sure is a surprise. You always welcome here. Everything okay? What happened? You're lucky I didn't start screaming. Amazing. My dreams have come true. I want to say it. Ryan, I just wanted to see you. I figured this was the only way. If I rang the doorbell, I know your moms would have answered and they would have just made me go home. I didn't really want to explain why I was coming over anyway. I don't want to talk about it. You want to come over because you're gay as hell. I'm seriously not feeling well. And I'm really starting to think I'm getting sick. I don't want to. Was by side you, I mean, but that's why I did that. And unexpected as this was, you had touched Cove felt like he could tell you what was wrong. I might have tried calling or something, except my dad was on the phone. Cove suddenly looked very crossed. Dad, he was talking to my mom. Still is, probably. He raised an eyebrow. Cove had eavesdropped on his parents' phone conversation. Eavesdropping is bad. I would have done that too. Yeah. Cove shrugged nonchalantly. Yeah, you should have talk somewhere private if you wanted to stay private. Are you going to stay with your mom for a while again? Every year, Cove was sent off to live with his mom for a few weeks when it happened to varied. Sometimes he would go during winter break, but usually he went during summer. Even though it was hard news when you found out he was leaving and you missed seeing him those weeks, you understood. To your surprise, however, he shook his head. That's what I thought too, but no, that's not what they were saying. My dad asked my mom not to have me leave this year. He said she could come stay with us here. He waited for him to continue. He didn't. The conversation abruptly dropped. You couldn't help but stare at Cove. There was a complicated mix of expression on his face. What did your mom say? She told him she'd come. I know she's coming soon, before school starts. Oh, you heard Cove talk about his mom a lot over the years? He'd tell you about past memories or what happened while he was visiting her. Still, it was one thing to hear about someone and another thing to actually meet them. Very soon you are going to see Cove's mom in person. Gonna meet your future mother-in-law. Noise. You were taken aback by the news, so you could only imagine how Cove felt. You looked over at him. He was pacing across your room, his features pained with dread. Before they'd barely stayed in the same room long enough to have lunch. Now we're gonna all be together again, the three of us, after all this time, just for a few weeks. I know I should probably be happy they can talk to each other now. I'm still not. I'm just confused and freaked out. And I have a really bad feeling this way. I'm trying to get into a position that won't hurt my stomach, but I am feeling so bad right now. Why it's so... Okay, what am I? I think I'm gonna throw up. I'll be right back. I'm back. Didn't throw up. Still feel horrible. Got a puke bucket. I really hope I'm not sick. I shouldn't keep getting like this. It's been a long time already, and I'm not a little kid. Though he wouldn't meet your eyes, you knew he was waiting for you to say something. There's nothing wrong with feeling bad. It is hard to deal with. We can deal with this. I'm sorry, Chloe. You know I'm here for you. Yeah, that's a lot. You don't know what to say. Not even a lie. I might throw up. Cove sniffled. You were afraid he might really start crying. But he didn't. Instead, he smiled. See, now I feel kind of better. Listening like this wasn't a bad idea. A momentary silence fell over the two of you. You marveled at how the day started. You had woken up eager for summer vacation, but now things seemed so crazy. A mini debacle was bestowing gifts, the newest addition to the neighborhood, being so rude, and as if all that wasn't enough, now Cove's mom would be living with Cove and his dad again. Your whole life was kind of like that. It seemed complicated and hard and different. Why wouldn't things just get better with time? Ryan, the sound of your name, said quietly, pulled you from your thoughts. Cove gazed at you, concerned. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm okay. No, I'm not. I don't know. Who, me? I'm worried about you. Wow, things are kind of bad for everyone, huh? You don't have to forget about yourself for me. I just want to listen to you, too. Cove grinned reassuringly with a small, delicate, but you knew he was genuine. Moonlight was outside, cast shadows across his face, and lit up his eyes. Just that one look brightened your mood somewhat. You know, I think I don't want to talk about more about this. He looked away, his lips thinning into a line. He rubbed at his arms. But I don't want to go back home either. Could I stay longer, just doing something else? He peeled equal parts, hopefully, and vulnerable. I really don't feel good. How could you possibly turn him away? You can stay tonight, but we shouldn't make this a habit. I've got flashlights and some cards. Are you in? Of course, you can always stay here, Cove. You held his gaze confidently, hoping your words got across to him. Cove perked up at your response. A smile appeared on his face. He immediately took a seat on your bed, not afraid to get comfortable in your room. You felt a little better at the sight, somehow. You still had a lot of worries, but you were glad he was here. And not just tonight. You were glad he came into your life in the first place. That was a change you'd never want to undo. It felt totally natural to let him into your little world. That initial friendship had deepened so much over these past few years, and you were certain there was room to get even closer. Gay! You joined Cove on your bed. Taking a seat across from him, he smiled at you again. But you could tell this time it was half-hearted. He was still easy to read. Though he didn't want to talk about his mom and dad, he must be thinking about what happened and what's going to happen. You smiled gently at him. You put a hand on his shoulder. You patted his back. You hugged him. You took his hand in yours. You nudged him with your foot. Y'all know I can't turn down those hugs. Y'all know I can't turn down those hugs. You moved closer and wrapped your short arms around him as much as you could. Your head was much lower than his, so there was nowhere for your face to go except for the front of his torso. That's gay. Might be real close to that. It wasn't much, but he hoped that content help. The contact helped even a little. Coase rose up, startled. After a moment, his arms came up and returned your hug. Guys, I think I'm going to end the episode there because I'm really not feeling well. But anyways, I love you, my beautiful Voidian children. I really try to continue, but I cannot. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.